What's up everyone, this is Lahabrother, this time here with a very special video. Today I have a surprise guest with me here. Why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hey brothers, I'm Lahabrother, and I'm here because my old friend Brodiark invited me to join for today's video.
Me and Lahabrother go way back. We met over 12,000 years ago back in ancient times. So I guess you could say we're very close friends. Today I've asked him if he would be willing to do an interview with me on the state of our shared interest, Final Fantasy XIV. And he agreed. So, with that being said, Lahabrother, why don't we start with your general thoughts on the state of Dawn Trail?
Dawn Trail? More like Yawn Trail. I barely managed to stay awake through it. If I see one more quest asking me to speak with Wuk-Lamat, I'm going to self-sunder myself again. What an embarrassment of a story.
Well, I meant the state of the game in general, not so much the story specifically, but I suppose we can start with the story. Clearly you didn't like the 7.0 story, but what about the patches?
Brodiark, my friend, the patch story isn't any better. The .1 patch was laughable. Cows? Citizens of Turo? Really? Then the story with that discount Asian kid was a snoozer. Back in my day, being a villain meant something. We weren't this pathetic and lame. One of my primals would never have been beaten by Speen yapping to her people. You know, all of this started back in Endwalker. We went from amazing stories with characters like Emmett Selch to children's tales like the one about the pathetic Crystal Monty Venet.
As much as that's a rabbit hole I'd be interested in jumping down, perhaps we should stay on topic for today. Maybe we can go over that next time.
Alright, I guess we can talk about the game itself then.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
To put it bluntly, 14's being flushed down the shitter. What the hell do these idiots at Square think they're doing? After the disaster that was Endwalker, we were promised the most content ever. Where's my content? Alright, we got the shit-tier Occult Crescent. What a failure. Who is this piece of garbage made for? There's nothing to do after you get your Atmos, which are obnoxious to farm, and the raiders get a shitty raid. Am I supposed to believe this is the game turning around after Endwalker? And that's not even getting into the other issues I have with 14's basic design. Everything is far too formulaic these days. Every expansion we get 6 zones, with the main story split between 2 at the beginning, a dungeon at every other level, 3 dungeons at max level, a trial at the 3rd, 9th, and last levels. It's all too formulaic for my taste. And we've used the same formula for the story finale how many times? We had Armorot and Shadowbringers, which had us going through memories of the dead before fighting the final boss. And then it happened again in the Dead Ends, and again in the Lunar Subterrane, and then in Alexandria, and now in the Meso Terminal. Where's the creativity? It's clear that these devs and writers have no imagination or are refusing to use it. Pathetic.
5 times in 3 expansions really is a lot of times for the same trope, isn't it? Anyways, why don't we pivot away from the state of 14 and talk about something a little less depressing? Tell me, are you still playing the game?
Do you think I'm still playing this dumpster fire? Hell no. I've been keeping tabs on 14, but I let my subscription run out after Yawn Trail flopped.
Alright, then what did you like to do when you still played 14?
Back before the game went to shit, I played the game casually. I do side content and enjoy it, but I love the story first and foremost. Then 6.0 completely killed my investment in the story. What a shit show that was. How it's beloved by so many baffles me. Anyways, you said you wanted to leave that for another time, so I won't go too far into my disdain for Endwalker. After the boring Endwalker patches, I gave 14 one last shot and tried Dawn Trail on release. That was a mistake. If I never see Wuk-Lamat another time in my life, that will be too soon.
I see. Well, I'll ask one more question, and that'll have to be it for this interview. I've heard that your wife Athena has started a YouTube channel. What are your feelings on that?
I'm afraid that's a common mistake. You see, that Athena is not my wife. She's a completely different Athena. They used to look similar, so many confuse her for my Athena. It's for the best that it's not her, though. My Athena's a crazy bitch. The psycho tried to soul rape me before I divorced her.
Oh, I'm sorry for bringing it up.
It's alright.
Well, this seems to be all the time we have for today. Thanks for coming on for this video, Lahabrother.
Anytime.
As always, viewers, leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to see more of Lahabrother here. If there's demand for it, I'll ask him to come back for another video. Anyways, this has been Lahabrother and Lahabrother. Peace.